Peace, 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 and welcome back to ESQ-Astro Sauce. I am the host, ESQ-Astro, and we are going to get into our daily collector spread. Today is Monday, okay, and that is July the 13th, 2026. So we're getting prepared for this new moon in the place of legacy and foundations of home and mother, okay, which is the new moon in Capricorn tomorrow at about 21 degrees. Okay, so if you know your chart, you got any planets around that space, new moon will definitely affect that. But again, when that 21 degree zero mark comes, we want to be in the place of making our intentions known to the universe, whether we speak them, think them, repeat them, do the 369 method to manifest. And again, these things may come full by the full moon that will manifest in Capricorn season. Okay. And that'll be the full moon in Cancer. So, y'all remember that again, wherever we see the new moon in 6 months, we should see the full moon in the same sign. Okay. Right, so pretty good day here. We had some rain this morning, which was good. Cleansed some things. We do a classic Egyptian tarot spirit with the Egyptian tarot. I clarify with the gods of Egypt and calling in my ancestors, the Most High, and my spirit guides to guide the reading. Please call in whoever you need to get the clearest clarity and view from your end. With mind, body, and soul, first card drawn is that devil upright. Okay. Next card is the Temperance reverse. The Lover's card upright. The World upright. Oh, no, that's the Wheel. The Wheel of Fortune upright, excuse me. All right. The Fool upright. The Emperor upright. The World upright. So I wasn't off. World is clarifying the will, which is very good clarification there. Next card coming is the Justice card. So the second day in a row, Justice coming out upright. The Hierophant. I'm sorry, the High Priestess, excuse me. The opposite of the Hierophant, the High Priestess. And everything so far in the upright. So it's a pretty straightforward reading. To top off the reading, we have the Judgment card. So this is the card that was at the bottom of yesterday's daily read. The Judgment card. So today is what that could bring. Okay. Check the weekly read as well. I didn't really take the proper notes to just have things off the top mentally for myself right now to let you know what that read said for Monday. But there was some heavy energy in that reading as far as the progression that's coming this week. Again, this is the turnaround week for most people, and with this new moon tomorrow, definitely be a good time to set intentions. Know that some things may come to a close or an end, or again may put you in a place to where you may be left in limbo. Okay, when it comes to having clarity, but the main thing is to know that once that moon starts to wax and get bigger, it's definitely going to show you exactly what you need to see by that full moon at the end of the month that we'll have in Aquarius. And that's going to be a powerful that's going to be a powerful full moon, because it won't be directly in conjunction with Pluto, which Pluto is about to go retrograde soon, with Saturn leading the way in the next couple of weeks right before Mercury goes direct. So definitely want to watch for the hook with the energy. But again, I would say starting off with this Devil card, something's an illusion. Something is toxic. Something is binding or bounding. Something has power over the two or the one that this could be speaking to, you know. So there's definitely a situation where, again, that's causing the reverse of temperance, which would I would say, you know, unbalanced really, because temperance is the balance card. You know, it's also the card that represents Sagittarius. So um, temperance, not being tempered, definitely can lead to shakeups, or again, not heeding particular warnings from these situations that you know are no good. And again, you're being put in a situation where you got to make choices that are going to, you know, affect your wheel of fortune. You know, the Fool comes out. A new journey is definitely, you know, in the path. It looks like it's something to do with business, with the Emperor coming out in the upright right after the Fool. And again, this may be a change for the world. This may be a completion of something that you've been working on, and now it's finally coming into that um, next phase. You're getting justice. The High Priestess or some type of higher power is definitely having a hand over that. And again, with the Judgment card at the top, you know, somebody's making a wise decision. Um, I would say from the bottom level, but there's an executive decision as well. That's also what this Devil card could represent, a higher up. Um, you know, again, that you somebody you have to answer to, or something that again has power over you. Okay. So again, whether that's a person, place, or a thing, that's for you to measure within your own personal situation. But you know, the main thing is when temperance is in reverse. You know, this can also talk about you know, having a blind eye or having rose colored glasses when looking at things, to where you're not really seeing what you should be seeing to make a better decision. But I believe the decision you make either way is going to be a good decision. um, but again, this looks like a spiritual journey. That's how I look at it. I mean, with the Fool coming out to transfer all the way to the world, then the Justice, then the High Priestess, you know, and then the Judgment card up top. This could even be, like I was saying in yesterday's reading, somebody being elevated to a higher spiritual principle when it comes to being initiated. This is initiation season. Um, or even learning new things to put into your magic bag, so that you can actually prosper. And this may even just be in business. It may not even be anything particularly spiritual, but it may deal with spiritual principles, which again manifest everything in our seen world. So when we get to the base of everything and realize that spirit is the base of everything, then we can give a lot more reverence to spirit. Um, and again, remain in a place of patience to realize, you know, in the spiritual world there is no time or time limit. You know, everything just is at once. Which is why when you can tune into those planes of reality through, you know, different plant medicines. I don't prescribe or subscribe or, you know, promote anything that's not natural, but plant medicine can definitely help you see what animals see, the plants see, and you know they're a lot more in tune with us because they can see a higher spectrum of colors. You know, our color spectrum is pretty limited, and again, they have also ultrasonic hearing, so they can hear things that we can't hear. And that's the main thing. You know, our sight and our sound is so limited that I think sometimes we get too reliant on that and not truly giving reverence to spirit as well as nature, because nature holds that particular sequence of numbers that shows in everything. And we mimic that in these unnatural things that we create, and most people, they don't realize that, you know, we're the first computers. You know, really nature is the first computer when you start talking about what we had, you know, just millions of years of study to show how things change and what affects what, and how people knew things in the ancient world that were never written down or, exposed in a wide level, but in different regions of the world, these certain things still apply because, again, it's all mathematics at the end of the day. It's calculation, you know. So, but yeah, it's definitely something being calculated here. Wheel of Fortune is coming out second day in the upright, which I know is going to be um, something paying off for somebody. Somebody again taking that full step, but again sitting in a pretty stern place to make that step and get the effects or complete something that you need to complete. That's going to bring justice. Again, it may come from a higher council, which may be that call to a higher seat spiritually or, in a business and a family. And overall, judgment is what today holds. So you'll definitely see some things come into play that may shift some judgments, may bring in some judgments. And again, with the temperance in reverse, these things may jar you a bit. So it may be good to just, remain calm in all situations. Don't let anything move you. And if you have to, take your time to think about it. We are in Mercury retrograde. Some people are going to be hasty to, want to talk or have that, quick response. And again, with Mars in Gemini right now with Uranus, that's just not a good thing because you could say anything, So we want to make sure we keep the cooler head because Mars is there, kind of sparking that tongue. And again, look at the repercussions of things before you, get to just blurting out or saying shit. But bottom of the deck, Magician in reverse. So yeah, there could be some type of again something you don't see when it comes to maybe deception or somebody holding back something, maybe testing you in a way. With that Magician in reverse is what you can't see coming at the bottom of the deck. And I didn't like how that came out at the bottom. I mean, it's cool, but I would have rather had it in the upright. It would have definitely gave me more confidence that this situation with the devil starting out will be handled in the right way. But again, temperance in reverse is I believe it's a situation that you see, but you acting like you don't, or again are not you're not speaking up. You hold back. You're not feeling in a place of balance. You're feeling maybe some imbalance, maybe a little bit of imbalance, maybe a little bit of I would say intrigue. You may just be analyzing. That may be the temperance in reverse as well. You kind of dumping your cups to see what new can come in. And again, with the temperance card, we can also relate that to the two of cups, and so there definitely is some type of choice with that lovers card coming out next. And it may be a choice that again is dealing with your finances, dealing with money, particularly in a way that has to do with certain relationships, addictions, illusions. What are you feeding? What are you spending your money on? Where's the money going? Checks and balances can come into play as we go into Leo season. So make sure you keeping up with your finances. Leo season can put us in a place to be very generous or want to spend and do grandiose things, but make sure you're staying in budget because Leo is not the sign to get out of control with money, and especially with Jupiter there. And again, we want to take our time. Slow expansion is better than no expansion or having to constantly restart. So we definitely want to take our time with things, use logical thought when making decisions, but again, relying on higher counsel in some situations. This can also deal with a court situation, again, with justice coming out and then judgment coming out to clarify the justice in the high priestess. This could definitely be, again, something that actually may not even have to do with you, but with somebody that's around you, going through maybe a court situation, situation at work where they may be up for a promotion or maybe up for a demotion or to get fired. So you just never know. But just keep that in mind because I do see that there, especially with the emperor sitting upright right in the middle. Uh, Boss figure, somebody who can make that executive decision. Um, yep. So clarifying with the gods. The gods say, yep, transformation in the upright, the Anubis card. So Anubis here twice in the reading, here at the judgment, here at the clarifier. So yeah, this is some type of situation coming into the balance. I think that's what the temperance in reverse is saying. So if you've been in that temperance reverse, things may turn around to get upright. If you've been upright, this may be a reversal or some type of decision that comes in that again changes things financially, whether it's for you or somebody around you. Okay. The main thing is again to stay in that fool card. People often underestimate the fool card. I think it's, to me, it's the best card in the deck because it leads the tarot. If you know the tarot, it leads the tarot. But it's the first step that you have to take. Nobody starts off knowing. So we all step into this not knowing, and the more you acquire to know or desire to know, as you acquire that, again, there has to be an openness to admit you don't know. And staying in that fool's position is always a good place, unless you know, and again, you don't do, or you know better, but you keep doing worse. So I would definitely say these two cards are the same people, couple in the same energy, bringing in this change. Okay. Now, where the justice comes from and the high priestess and the judgment, that's from an unseen place. And again, I believe that's a higher up, excuse me, that may come into play with that devil card in the upright to start the reading, yeah, but again, the transformation card comes, and that's what's imminent. That's what's bound to happen in this situation. Next card for the bottom, yep, you have the Seshat, the wisdom card upright. Okay. So yeah, this definitely somebody having a decision to make. A decision that definitely affects finances and the way um, that things are going to be changed. I'm surprised that the chariot didn't come out because I definitely see some movement coming in, and that movement may be quick, especially with the world clarifying the wheel. And again, the wheel, I mean the wheel, the world, and the fool card coming out all kind of in succession definitely says some travel. I would say is going to be at play. Whether it's something, it's almost looking like you're going to be forced to travel. Like I don't want to, prophesy anything of what people would consider a negative nature, but death is always imminent when we start talking about these seasons that we're in. Nobody's here to stay, so we're all just passing through, and this could be one of those situations as well, so just know that could be because I see Anubis twice here, so somebody's being measured and balanced and put on the scales, whether it's in a situation where there's a death or there's a family crisis, a situation. Again, somebody may be a healer, is what I was seeing yesterday, and maybe being called to try to heal somebody or bring forth some type of goodness to someone based upon what one does. Doesn't have to be anything, in that physical sense of healing. It could be spiritual, it could be mental, it could just be a friend that needs your company in a bad time, So, again, you apply it how you need to. I would definitely say look at the overview that I'll post in my shorts and then that should give you a better overview if you have the the sense of vision and the eye of reading the cards, and maybe interpolating things for your own situation. If it doesn't apply, let it fly is what I say. But again, I don't do this for entertainment purposes. I'm here for people looking to get some clarity in their situation. And again, that's why I only do collective reads. Um, I'll start to harness other energies when it comes to the different zodiac signs further down the line. But for now, I believe everyone in the collective can relate to something in the reading, if not everything. Hopefully it definitely resonates with those that it needs to give some guidance and direction. And with that being said, make a comment if it does resonate. Like, share, subscribe. We're definitely trying to build up the subscribership. I need 100 subscribers, they say, to go live. So, y'all give me some love, share the video.